I have interviewed thousands of people in my 30 years, and I have 4 pieces of advice that you can use, whether you're interviewing for a first-year analyst job or a job as a CEO. These are the 4 most important things I can tell you. Number 1 is don't disqualify yourself. Don't be late. You should wear clothes that are as nice or nicer than the people you're interviewing with. You should know the names of the people you're going to be interviewing and say their name correctly. This sounds really obvious, but remember, most people are forming a very strong impression of you in the first 3 minutes, and so get these things right. Number 2 is realize that there's really only 2 questions that are 80% of the interview. The first question is, why should we hire you? And the second question, which most people forget, is why do you want to work here? On the why should we hire you point, imagine you have kind of 3 to 5 really key things you want someone from that interview to walk out remembering about you. What are those things? Is it your persistence? Is it your ability to solve problems? Your ability to lead people? What are those things? Write those down. And then you should have 1 or 2 stories to support each point. You want to show, not tell, those attributes of yours. And then when you get asked questions, you can direct back to those stories, and those attributes of yours will come through really naturally. On the second point, which is why do you want to work here? This is one that people blow all the time. Remember, people like people who like them. You should do your research and have a really clear answer about why you want to work at that specific firm in that specific role. Number 3 is remember, you're actually talking to a real person with feelings and ego and everything. So do your research on the person you're interviewing with, understand their background. Where did they go to school? Their history with the company. What's their role in the company? Ask them questions about themselves, get them talking. Remember, everyone's favorite subject in the world and favorite thing to talk about is themselves. So the more you can understand the person you're interviewing and ask them questions, the more bond you're going to be able to build with them. Number 4 is remember, 80% of everything you communicate is nonverbal. So sit up straight, lean forward, make eye contact, exude confidence and enthusiasm, and most of all, smile. There's a ton of research that shows that people are more likely to hire people that smile, they feel comfortable, and they actually think that people who smile are more intelligent. The hardest part about an interview is actually getting the interview. You've already made it through the entire screening process to get to that point. You're basically on the 5-yard line. So invest the extra time to get prepared so that you can make the most out of the interview and increases your chances dramatically. What are your best interviewing tips or stories? Share them in the comments and forward this video to someone who needs interviewing advice right now.